Okay guys, today we're doing just a little bit different. I brought it back home for you. So how are we going to start this? Alright, so the first problem is if A is a negative 3, 2, and B is a 1, negative 4. I've already plotted B down here, and A would be a negative 3 and up 2. So there is A. But the problem at this point is switched a little bit. It's not just your old ordinary midpoint, which might be around here somewhere in between A and B. The question is more like if B is already the midpoint, so here is the midpoint of AC. Well, where did C come from? Well, let's keep reading the directions or the question. It says find the coordinates of point C. Oh, so we've got to find the coordinates of point C. So this looks like it's working backwards. So I would say that if I'm going this way to B, and B is the midpoint, then that means C is going to wind up down here somewhere. So that's what we're actually looking for, is the coordinates of point C. So what you're going to do is the midpoint formula says that xm, ym, which would be the coordinates of the midpoint, those coordinates are going to be given by the formula of the average of the x's, comma, and the average of the y's. So what is going to happen is this x1, x2 is going to give you your xm. So you could even write it like this. The x1 plus x2 over 2 must give you the xm. And, dividing wall, the y1 plus the y2 over the 2 must give you the ym. And down here, xm comma ym is going to be your answer. So let's see what we have. So x1, x2, I do not know my x2 because this would be my x2, y2 way down here. So my x1, y1 is not going to be b because this is actually the xm, ym because those are the coordinates of the midpoint. So you're going to have to go up here. Here is your x1, y1 for A. So you're going to plug the coordinates in for that. So x1 is going to be a negative 3 plus some sort of ghost variable for x2 over 2, and that's going to give you the x coordinate of your midpoint, which is b, which is 1. So therefore, to simplify this fraction first, you're going to multiply by the denominator or also cross multiply. So a negative 3 plus x squared is equal to 2, because the 2 multiplies to the 1 over here and gives you that 2. And then you have a negative 3 over here. Simple algebra says to add the 3 over there. And so your x2 coordinate winds up being a 5. So that's the first part of your answer. The second part of your answer, your y1, you go back. Where's your y1? Oh yeah, here it is. It's for A. So that's going to be 2. So 2 plus y2 over 2 is going to give you your ym. What was your ym? Well, this thing gives you the y of your midpoint, and I've already given you the midpoint. The midpoint, if B is the midpoint, so this is your ym, which is a negative 4. So a negative 4 here. So the first thing you're going to do is cross multiply. So you're going to put a 2 right there, so that gives you a 2 plus a y2 gives you a negative 8. And then you simplify, so you bring the 2 to the left, to the right side, so y2 is going to be equal to a negative 10. So that is your y2. So your final answer for not your xm, ym, uh-oh, Mr. Brown made a mistake, can't prove it. Yes, I can, you made a video. x2, y2. So x2, y2, that would be what, 5, negative 10. And since it's a coordinate, it is a location. That means it gets parentheses. And that seems about right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Poof! Right on it. And that is how you do the midpoint formula, but backwards. Thank you very much.